Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
The sacrament of marriage can take place in many different locations. Marriage can take place inside a church, at another indoor location, or even outside. Marriage takes place whenever the couple feels they are ready to take the next step on their journey together. The minister of marriage is not actually the priest. The minister is actually the couple. The matter is the bride and the groom, and the form is the exchanging of vows. There are also others involved in the sacrament of marriage. The sacrament cannot be legal in the eyes of the church without a priest, a deacon, or another minister official. It also needs two other witnesses. This is called the canonical form of marriage. A traditional Catholic wedding is very similar to a traditional Catholic Mass. After the homily is read, vows and rings are exchanged between the bride and groom. The Mass also has several additional prayers that are said over the new couple. If you have a wedding that is outside of a Catholic Mass, it is also very similar. The liturgy of the word and the homily are read, and then the rite of marriage occurs. Then the prayers of the faithful come, and the ceremony concludes with a blessing. The only difference between this and a wedding that is held inside of the Catholic Church is that there is no Eucharist.
In matrimony, the form and the exchange of vows. The matter is the bride and groom.
Symbolism is prevalent in marriage in many ways. One of the first ways that you see during the actual marriage ceremony is in the giving away of the bride. During this time, the father or a male nominee will walk the bride up the aisle to the husband and give her away to the husband. This symbolizes the unity of the husband and the wife and the leaving of her family. The vows that the couple makes to each other are a public commitment before God and the witnesses present to do everything within their power to help each other grow in becoming what God has created them to be, despite all adversities, as long as they both live. These vows can be written for them, or they can be written by the husband and wife themselves. They do not have to be identical vows. The exchanging of the rings is the most important part, possibly, of the marriage ceremony. The rings express the couple's promise of faithfulness to each other. The unending circle of the ring is a symbol of eternity. The wedding ring is the outward expression of the inward bond, as two hearts unite as one, promising to love each other with fidelity for all eternity. Wearing of the wedding bands throughout the couple's lifetime will tell all others of their commitment to be faithful. The unity candle is another symbol during the marriage ceremony. It can be a very meaningful expression in a Christian wedding ceremony, symbolizing the union of two hearts and lives. The unity candle that is lit by the bride and groom often symbolizes their separate lives being joined together, thus extinguishing the separate lights of the side of the candle and the combining to the light of the single large candle in the center. The candlelight blessing is a confirmation of that symbolism and often follows the lighting of the unity candle. One last symbol is the white dress of the bride. The white dress represents purity.
It was at the wedding of Cana where Jesus performed his first sign. Therefore, the church attaches great importance because of his presence at the wedding. The church sees Christ's presence in the goodness of marriage, so marriage is an efficacious sign of his presence in the ceremony. Christ is present in marriage through the vows and through the people who are ministering the sacrament to each other.
Hi, my name's Lori Kirkpatrick. I am married to John Kirkpatrick, and we were married May 9th, 1992, so we've been married for 21 years, and we have 2 children. John is not Catholic, so he's Methodist, so we did not have a Mass at our wedding. So our wedding was short. And we were married in the Catholic Church. We were married at St. Paul's in Midvale, Ohio. We had about 150 people there. We had a lot of our family was there, and we were married by a Monsignor. Because John is not Catholic, we did decide though to raise our children Catholic. So they have been through the sacraments, baptism, first communion, reconciliation. I feel like when John and I, before we got married, we were each on our path, and when we got married, that united our path into one, and we walk through that path daily. But sometimes there's struggles in marriages, and marriage can be difficult, living with another person, and that I think is when you really need to rely on your faith. And you sometimes realize when you look back on things how much Christ got you through those difficult times, and really help you come together as a couple and to rely on each other along with your faith.